Call the meeting in order for the Village of Round Lake Beach, our board meeting from Monday, October 28, 2013. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez.
Here.
Trustee Smith.
Here.
Trustee Butler.
Here.
Trustee Mount.
Here.
Trustee Mattingly. Mayor Hill.
Here. Let the record show a quorum is present. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Valdez, second by Trustee Butler. Any additions, corrections on the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as written. We have the October 14, 2013 meeting minutes. Any corrections or clarifications? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Mount. Second by Trustee Smith. Again, any questions, clarifications, corrections? Again, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are approved. We have no expenditures to approve tonight, and we have no ratifications. We'll move right on to our committee reports. Trustee Mount.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I am happy to be able to give a SWACO report tonight. SWACO, which stands for the Solid Waste Agency of Lake County. You'll see the handouts that I've given everyone. On page 2, you'll see the municipal summary, of which the Village of Round Lake Beach in the third quarter of 2013 has exceeded themselves in we recycled 648 tons. In the past, we've done 619, 620, something like that. I haven't seen anything like that in a long time.
Wow.
648. And of course, Mike Ellis, the village manager at Grays Lake, he knows that we're going to be comparing him to Grays Lake because I always do it. He was crawling under the table the other night because if you'll notice, Grays Lake only recycled 599 tons. And even his drop-off center, which usually does about 100 ton, he says, did I go over there and bring it over here? I said, not yet. I was thinking of it, but I didn't do it. So with his only 17 ton, we had 648. So I was really excited about that. And if you,
So to the residents of Round Lake Beach,
thank you
kudos.
very much.
Yes.
And because of that, now on the, looks like on page 1, 2, 3, 4, you will see where we will get a check to our bottom line of $4,453.20. The key is none of that's going to the landfill, but at the same time, we do recycle through Recycle America and through Waste Management, and we get money for our recycling. And if you'll turn the page over, you'll also see the Village of Round Lake Beach. That is our electronic collection. And for our 24/7 electronic collection up at Public Works at 911 Lotus, we got another $463.70. Thank you very much. The last page, I wanted to give you guys a copy so the mayor and the trustees would realize the different project and program updates for SWACO during this last quarter. Number one, we're talking about the group transfer station in Round Lake Park. We're talking about both Grays Lake and Libertyville. They've held their second hearings for the commercial franchising. Commercial franchising is really taken off throughout the county. It's cleaning up your villages. It's getting a lower price for all your commercial businesses. The trucks are just coming in, 1 or 2 days a week, getting everything, and it's not like a free-for-all like it is nowadays. So a lot of the municipalities is going that way, and it's something I like to do in the future here. And then you can see a couple more items that Walter put here. But I just wanted you to see these program updates for all your SWACO needs for solid waste, household chemical waste, and electronic collections. Go to swalco.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Mount. Anybody else have a report tonight? Okay, move on to mayor's report. Again, there's no mayor's report tonight. That's unusual, but there isn't. We do have our tree lighting coming up the day after Thanksgiving at 6 p.m. right here, starting out the Village Hall and going over to the Cultural Center. So put that in your calendars. Is there a clerk's report tonight?
No reports tonight, thank you.
Okay, move right on to our items of business then. We have item A, is an ordinance approving minor changes relative to a special use for the property at 4 East and 10 East Rollins Road. That's where the new State Bank of the Lakes will be going. The ordinance called that the SCP called for a 6-foot fence behind the property. That type of fencing is no longer available. They'll be putting up a 5-foot fencing instead. That's still plenty tall to hide to block the headlights from going through. Plus, their land is, I think, about 2 feet taller than the property behind them anyway, so it's almost like a 7-foot difference for the fence and the property height. So it should still be more than sufficient to keep the commercial separated from the residential. Any questions? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Butler, second by trustee Smith. Once again, any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Item B is an ordinance amending ordinances 04-12-04, 07-09-01, and 08-07-01 regarding signage relative to a special use plan development and property at 327 East Rollins Road. That's the Shanahan Dunkin' Donuts. They're requesting an SUP amendment to install previously contemplated monument sign, the Dunkin' Donuts, and to remove the Dunkin' Donuts sign panels from the multimedia sign. There's the big multimedia sign out of Rollins Road right now. There's a sign for Dunkin' Donuts at the top of that. That's coming off, and they'll put up a regular monument sign out by the road then instead. We've been trying to move towards monument signs in a lot of our village, and that kind of dovetails right into that. Anyone on the board have a question?
Mayor, they're not gonna replace the Dunkin' Donuts sign with a sign of their own since it's down, are they?
I don't believe they can, no. John?
Yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts panels that are on top of the multimedia sign right now would be removed or covered up, blanked out with opaque black covering. So there would be no, the Dunkin' Donuts signs on top of the multimedia sign would be removed.
No, my question was, is if they're going to remove the Dunkin' Donuts sign, they're not going to replace it with some other signage in its place, are they? I know that Dunkin' Donuts is going down to the ground as a monument sign, but the net effect, if we're not careful, is we're increasing the square footage of signage.
The reason that the owner is requesting this action at this time is to kind of prepare the multimedia sign to potentially be sold to another party. The assumption is, and the information that the other buyers have been forwarding to the owner is that a new owner may want to have their identification sign on top of the multimedia sign for contact information and so forth.
Yeah, I didn't catch that sooner, and I should have. What I'm not wanting to do is increase the overall square footage of signage.
Now,
Because
John,
it's
if they
not-
wanted to put a sign on top, they come back to our board to get that
Correct.
reinstated, right?
If the sign gets sold and there's a new owner,
Yeah.
they would have to come back to the village to identify and be clear about what that sign on the top would be.
Are they aware that they have to go through the proper channels to do that?
Current owner is here right now. Yeah.
We have gone through the proper channels. We have contacted the franchisee and have his signature for approval, as well as Dunkin' Corporate approving that we build a monument sign.
I think trustee Butler was asking if, on top of the multimedia sign, you want to put another sign there eventually, you've got to go through the same process again to get that approved. You can't just put a sign up there without another second approval.
So if there was a new buyer and all they wanted was their corporate name, that would have to come to get approved.
Yes. Right now, you're taking signage from here and moving it down here, because you can't have too much signage in one area.
I just wanted you to be aware of that.
That's fine. I was under the understanding that we would be able to put, even if we put our corporate name on top, that would be okay, but is that a different?
The recommendation coming out of the Plan Commission indicates that the top panel has to be blacked out completely until there's a new owner.
As long as that's clearly understood.
Okay, but what does that mean? Then when there is a new owner,
They have to come back.
They have to come back to
They
the
have to come
village
back.
But P and Z.
Yeah,
going back to
to
P,
amend,
I would-
amend the special use permit to then allow that new identification on top of the multimedia.
John, I just want to make sure so that there's not an unrealistic expectation. I'm not speaking for anyone else on the board, but I am 1/6 of the vote of the board. I'm not in favor of increasing overall signage, and if we're taking that down, yes, the frame is going to be there, I understand that. But if the Dunkin' Donuts sign is going down on the ground, I'm not in favor of taking it down just so we can replace it with another sign, because then we're increasing square footage, more so than what we are now. Because I'm sure the Dunkin' Donuts sign is gonna be bigger than the little sign on top.
And should they choose to come back later on, that's, I guess, when it would be, they'd have to go to the Plan Commission also again?
Correct, yeah. The initial approval going way back for the multimedia sign included that top panel that had the,
But it did not include the monument sign on the bottom.
that's correct.
We don't lose sight of that.
Any other questions by the board?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last thing you said, Jerry. You were talking about the.
If you're addressing that to me, trustee Valdez, I can understand the word you're saying.
I just didn't hear your last your last two questions or your statement regarding the signage.
I got regarding the signage.
Coming back, you stated that, I guess you were addressing that the sign would be bigger? Is that what you were? No additional signage. Just, or no additional signage? I didn't hear what you were saying. So if you can please repeat the last two sentences you said.
What I'm,
If you don't mind, I didn't hear.
what I'm saying is that I am not in favor of putting a monument sign down on the ground and then allowing the Dunkin' Donuts sign that's currently residing on top of the multimedia sign to be replaced by another sign. Because that way we're already increasing the square footage of signage there. But the whole point of this exercise is to remove the Dunkin' Donuts sign off the top of the multimedia sign. So I wanted the requestee to understand that we're not automatically going to approve another sign going back on top of the multimedia sign.
Got it?
Clear as mud, huh?
I have one comment or a question. I know that in the board packet, it stated that there was no blockage of vision. Right here, I'm talking. And my question is, which way is that sign supposed to run? Show the signage.
Sign?
The new landscape sign,
Yes,
the new monument sign.
because I can't see it in the board packet. If it's going where? I just don't want any blockage of the street coming off that, onto Rollins, the side street.
Well, it's a very good question. I would think it would have to be north-south, or else you wouldn't see it east-west.
That's right.
Correct, that's the general
think
orientation.
I think what you're looking for is the location, where it's going to be.
Yeah, and if it's gonna be blocking any of the visibility of that side street.
So when it's coming out of the side street, so it's not blocking view from Rollins Road.
It's in the board packet, it's on page 25. There's a picture of it in there.
Rollins Road at that point runs at a little bit of a northwest to southeast angle. Sign is proposed to be perpendicular to the property line, to that angle. So it'll generally be, as was mentioned, the idea is to capture the view on the east and west traffic on Rollins Road.
That's what you're looking for. Actually, here's another one. This is another one too. There. Right.
And it's back,
Yeah.
there's
So
right of way
there's the
along Rollins
intersection
Road
right
there,
there,
so it's
right.
back quite a ways
So it's
from the
gonna
road
be-
itself.
As long as it doesn't block.
Oh, no, they would never allow that. Even if the property went all the way out to the road, they wouldn't allow that. Any other questions from the board?
Okay.
If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
Motion by trustee Mounts, second by trustee Smith. Once again, any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Item C is a resolution approving certain insurance policies for the Village of Round Lake Beach. We're in the process of renewing our insurance policies for liability, property, and workers' comp through a new firm. Workers' comp, unfortunately, has gone up a lot over the last couple of years as fewer and fewer insurance companies actually offer insurance, workers' comp insurance in the Illinois market. Our laws in Illinois are very archaic and really make a disincentive for insurance companies to locate here to offer policies here. So hopefully our state legislator will step up and eventually correct this issue, because I think it's going up about $20,000 as our workers' comp premium alone. And that between that and our pensions is really putting a hurt on all of us. We have some representatives here tonight. I'm not sure if we need to hear from them or not. Anyone from the board have any questions? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by trustee Butler, second by trustee Mount. Any questions of the insurance policies? Please call the roll.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Gentlemen, thanks for coming out tonight. Look forward to working with you in the future here.
I think you dropped something under your chair, sir.
Bye-bye. So item D is a resolution approving the consolidation of village cellular services with Verizon Wireless. We've decided we're going to switch over to Verizon Wireless. So they're a better carrier, at least in my opinion they are, better service, better coverage areas, and also a little bit lower price. So it's a win-win on several fronts for the village. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Mattingly.
Second.
Second by trustee Husk. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Item E is a resolution authorizing the application for the Community Development Block Grant Funds for program year 2014. We'll continue applying for the CDBG funds to complete our road resurfacing over in Sherwood area. I think if we get this grant along with our own funding, we should be able to complete the Sherwood area finally and have that done and behind us. Any questions from the board? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by trustee Husk, second by trustee Butler. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly. Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Item F is an ordinance authorizing temporary business signs during construction of the Rollins Gateway project. As you all know, the businesses along Rollins Road are going to take a heavy hit from the temporary roads being put in and all the construction there. People tend to avoid those intersections like the plague. So we're going to allow them to put some signage out, extra signage out during the construction, be approved through the building department and myself, and make sure it's correct and not overdone, but also give them an opportunity to help capture a little bit of business so at least they can stay in business during the construction season. Any questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Valdez, second by trustee Husk. Once again, any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. That was our last item of business. We do have an executive session tonight, but before that, it is open to public participation. If you have a question or comment for the board, please step to the microphone, give your name and address for the record. Either state your comment or ask your question.
Hi, Tom Weber, Lake County Board Member. I live in Lake Villa. I was talking to the mayor before the meeting, and I know you probably don't get told this enough, but I just want to say thank you. He had told me that you'd frozen your levy over the last few years, and I'm sure you don't get a lot of people running up to say thanks for that, but I know as we're working through our budget on the county, that it's not an easy task. And the 12th of November, we'll be voting on our budget, and it's about a $500 million budget. Right now, I'd like to see the levy flat, and that's not as easy as it looks. So staff, also, administration, you need a big thank you too, because it takes a lot of work when you're working with what's set down by your board. So, we have $5 million increase on healthcare. We have $850,000 in unfunded mandates. We've got increases for staff. And right now, we're looking at a $1.9 million increase in the budget, which is fractional on a $500 million budget. So I'd like to see it flat. We're still working on it. And anyway, again, I just wanted to say thank you. And if anyone wants to come out to hear us talk about the budget, we'll be Wednesday at the county. It should be interesting. So thanks.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate your service to the county and to our residents, too. I'd like to acknowledge we have a few students in our audience today. They have a class on government, and they're here kind of hopefully learning from us. Hope you enjoyed your time here. If there's no other public participation, we do have executive session tonight for probable pending litigation, land acquisition, executive session minutes, and personnel. Is there a motion to go into executive session? Motion by trustee Smith, second by trustee Husk. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount. Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. We will be in executive session. Afterwards, we have action on the executive session items, which may or may not take any action. You're welcome to stay, but it's not required. Thank you.